love tabletop RPGs and want to help shape a brand new system? Then let me tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Frost Written. I'm Frost. I'm going to do some writing for Legend Seeker. Oh, I'm getting text because, you know, I'm streaming, so I start getting text. This is how it works. It was just a smiley face, so that's not too bad. Anyway, I'm working on a few different things. You can see we changed the background. What do you think? We got the background here that is now the work-in-progress map. Kind of cool. And I still pop up the map while I'm working on it for reference here because I'm naming some things and changing some stuff. I'm quite low. Let's see what happened now. Let's see what happened. It dropped me down a good 20%. How about that? Is that a little better? Am I talking too quietly? It's possible I'm talking quietly. I don't know. Now that's a real wizard. Hey, real life fake wizard. How you doing? I'm so glad we got your character out in one piece last night. That was good. I mean, spoilers for anyone who didn't watch last night's episode of Call of Cthulhu. Go find out what happened. Oops. What was I doing here? Oh, I was naming this place. I'm trying to come up with a good name for a couple different places, and I'm trying to find a few different, like, old, like, words that mean, toponymy, topography. I'm trying to find old terms for things like a weld, a wolt, a pitch, a wick, and things like that to name some of these things on the map. I do talk quietly, but regardless, yeah, it dropped me down from my normal 50 to 51% on my microphone uptake to 32 or 31 actually, and I don't know why it did that. It just Windows likes doing that to me. It's a jerk. Now you can't watch it. Spoiled it for me. Yeah, well, it's just, a couple hairless bears here and there and some people screaming and a little bit of blood and blah, blah, blah. It's pretty good stuff, though. Let's see. By the way, I also put the saturation up so I look like I have, a skin tone now, rather than just being in black and white the whole time. You'll have to let me know if that's frightening to you people or if it's good. Because I could throw my film noir lookup table back on and just be that. But I won't. I won't do that to you. I'll have color. I'll look like a real person. Like a real person. Did you miss bears attacking me? Well, according to Jimmy, hairless bear. Need to catch up on all the shows, but the horror on the Orient Express is the one I'm prioritizing. Too much high-quality content. That is definitely a first-world problem, and we love to be causing you to have that issue. At least in whatever part our content is doing that. We love it. Less vampirous. I don't know if that's good. I'm doing well, Shadowward. Why am I speaking in angry German? I think you have a filter on. Gesundheit freaking Freiken. I don't know. Yeah. I sent Chrysant a, 67-letter German word the other day. I can't pronounce it, but it was kind of funny. Yeah, Starfinder and Kingmaker are going to be fun. They're going to be entertaining. What even was that? I don't know. I just looked up the longest German words, and it had a huge list, and that was the first one. And it was a real estate term, so I don't know. All right, so what I'm doing right at the moment, I have about 14 different tabs open, and I'm looking for archaic words for place names, like I said, toponymy and things like that. And some of them are pretty interesting. Some of the sites are just people talking about themselves and how cool they are for all the work they've done with languages. And like, that's not what I'm looking for, dude. Let's see. Okay, here's an old word that has nothing to do with place names. Cockalorum. Cockalorum. A little man who has a big attitude. I like it. Huh, there's a lot of these. Dandaprat, a young or insignificant person. Darbies means handcuffs. Darbies? Yeah, we're gonna put the darbies on you. I don't know. AI says Sumerian for mountain or foothills is Harsang. Jay Prez, look at you. Thank you very much for gifting the 5 Moonskull memberships. We got Life on Marshmallows, God's Bad Karma, Atlas 88, Gorilla Godzilla Radio, and Truth Fury. Truth Fury? There's no U in there, so I'm not sure how to say that one. We'll pretend Truth Fury. There we go. First, I thought it was Tooth Fairy. Then I realized it wasn't. Got 5 free months from others, so I'm paying it back. Oh, very nice of you. Woo! Cue angry German mustache man speech. Nah. Da 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 da. All right. So yeah, I've got a couple of them here, and I know one of the ones I want to use, but I'm trying to find a better word for it, something that's a little beefier. Okay, we'll go here. Oh, that didn't open it right. That one's gonna be too confusing to everyone. I think if it were in a different language, that would help. Where is it here? Yeah, that one's a little crazy. Okay. There are a lot of words on this page, and none of them seem correct. This must be an AI generated page because it is just a bunch of gibberish. When anything starts out saying, you might think that blah, 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 and the next paragraph is, in consequence, blah, blah, blah. It's like somebody looked in an old dictionary and said, how do they start paragraphs? Let's just use those words and just string a whole bunch of crap together until you get to some information. And then the information is not really correct. Oh, well. All right. And this, I believe, is going to actually take me to a site that wants me to sign in, and that's not going to work. All right, so yeah, these people are just, they're just making up junk. Wow, there are a lot of junk websites out there. I didn't realize there were so many junk websites in the internet. Most of my theological German has at least 12 letters. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to this page and see if I can find, because the first thing that I was going to do, actually, let me look this up again, because I think I'm looking, oops, I think, is this right? Yeah, okay. Oh, unfortunately, that's the ridge. This could still work as the place name, though, now that I think about it. Because I wanted to use the word arete, because it is like when a glacier goes through an area and it ripped everything down and it left those narrow peaks of a mountain where it's like pointy, but you can still kind of get up on top of it. I want that to be up here on this edge, because this is where a whole bunch of the soul forged, when you find them, are arrayed, because they will walk up on this narrow thing. You see people sometimes doing those stupid stunt videos where they're biking along one of these off a mountain, and it's just basically literally a kind of a peaky thing. Sometimes it has flatness on top, sometimes it doesn't. But in this one, Soulforge have wandered up there, they just walk up there and they just stop in place, and that's where they go still. There's some really famous ones around the world. All right. Chat disconnected. Successfully connected. I wonder why wonder why chat likes disconnecting from YouTube occasionally for me. It just, boop, it's gone. I don't know. You guys tell me. All right, so we've got the silent arete. I don't even actually know. How do you pronounce it? I've never pronounced it before. Arete. Arete. Okay. They lose signal on the mountain, need satellite phones? Nope, they just go silent because they have had enough of the world, and they can't really die by traditional means, so they just go silent. I do have to make that a little smaller, though. Just a bit. There we go. That is going to be there. It's interesting how that blends it like that. From a distance, it looked fine. From close up, it gives it a weird square. I guess that must be the sizing. Ashvara is where all the lizard folk are. And I did make sure that this little old trade road goes in here. So there is a way, but the road is broken in this area, and there's a reason for that too. It's just, it'll take, it would take 1,000 bazillion million bajillion years, I think, for me to write up every little note of everything I've created. But I'm getting to the point where now I'm going to start filling in more of this stuff. like the names of the large cities, the fortress that's up here. I think I have the name of the fortress in there. Their port, and then some of the other villages along here, and then a few of the other things that are in the center part of Fryland. Because there's a lot of stuff that happened there. Let me tell you. All right, I've got that. We got a little fun surprise and a secret down in there. And this is my test to see, just for my own reference, if I want to name the cities and put their names without a background. Like, because I have Porta Castra here. And I'm like, does it make sense? Could I put it, here? Would it look good with just a name? I mean, it's got a little bit of a background around it, so it kind of shows up. But I think I'd have to do them much darker. I don't know. I like them blending in, but this won't be the final art anyway. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to go back to doing some writing here. I was talking about a couple of things, which is why it pulled me back here to the Mile Forts and the roadside shrines. YouTube's been doing that a lot lately. Okay. Not much fan of Adrenaline Junkie to begin with, but I swear some of them, like the bike people, just want to die but don't want to commit self-delusion. Yeah, I don't understand why they do it. It just seems ridiculous, but yeah. Zerator 1, hail. Okay. Let's see. I was just talking about these things. And these things. Okay. Rereading this section so I get this right. Deep Abyssal Rift is where the Leviathan blah 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 blah, hiding after Grix's defeat. Okay. I guess what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna go down into, let's go find, in the navigation pane here, we will go down into Agrim, Fryland, Zilnor, the Soul Spires. Alright. Now, I have a couple of spots here I need to... I thought I had... I'm going to read this really quickly because I think I changed how this piece of area or the piece of land was named. Okay. Okay, I got to put a section here because I need this named so I can find it again, and also we have that. And we're gonna go here, put that here, and name it. Boom. Hello, Sassy Witch. Well, if I had rolled higher with Clay's damage, I think he could have taken it out. But he did a lot of damage to it. I guess he was technically the only person who actually ran at the damn thing with a knife in his hand. So he's kind of insane, slightly. But he didn't quite get the credit for the kill, which is fine. He doesn't care. As long as the thing's down. It's all he cares about. And down for good. And stays down. All right, J. Prez, thanks for lurking. Do those house chores. We all know J. Prez is just going to go get a beer, sit on the couch while the Roomba runs. We know what house chores means. We understand. We got it. Almost like they have a death wish. That's how the hindrance is written. Always surprises me when you get the pronunciation right. Nobody else can. Well, you know, I am a lucky person because occasionally I get things right. Not too often. I'll just suddenly yell out words like Schmetterling or Krankenwagen, just to confuse people. Or what was the other one? There's another one. I can't remember what it is. The beheading was, well, hey, you know, you got to make sure the thing stays down. Roombas have been running all day. I think I have to replace my Roomba. I think the cats have finally done it in with the messes they've created over the years. And I've had it for years, and I think it's just finally, the motors are finally wearing out on it. You actually do enjoy getting into the zen of cleaning, cooking, and folding laundry. 8-pound Aura XL vacuum. No devil disc in that home. All right. Let's see. I'm delineating these things. I'm going to put... this is a named thing here. Okay, we're going to talk about the Cylinder beat. One's more curious. What do we got here? Roombas have been running all day. Yeah, I read a lot of Battle Angel. So many German words. So many German words! Assume this channel is trying to be monetized as well. What are the requirements? I think you have to get... I think to get monetization on YouTube, you have to get 500 subscribers and then like 3,000, 5,000 watch hours, something like that, I think. Shark makes a good robot vacuums and are as proud of their product as Roomba. Why aren't they as proud of their product? No carpets here, Sassy Witch says, but the perpetual fluff and stuff from my yard. Trails and buns, nibbles, what could survive, yeah? No zen in cleaning, just mess making. Oh, hey, there you go. Scattering flour everywhere just for fun. We're gonna just instead of. Ooh, I almost deleted a whole section there. That's bad. That's not the way to do things. That's not no way to get ahead in life. Deleting whole sections, no. Okay, this wasted region. Drawn to its isolation, view of the devastated areas below. After making the heroin trek up the spine of rock, they each stopped, faced into the buffering winds, and have remained there ever since. That's supposed to be a period, still disconnected from the world, hiding within themselves. I guess I don't even need to explain that. Let's not explain it. Also, the home of not one, but two druidic orders of vastly differing mindsets. Okay. Went to the dock about my foot and left yarn on her floor. I laughed and picked it up, not flowers. Okay, so you're just leaving thread and yarn everywhere. Got it. Oh, meaning they're cheaper. Okay. Control Z can be your friend. Well, that is true. Watching at 2 times speed to catch up. Buying a little. Behind a little. Behind a little. I got it. Yeah. Alright, the first is the Heartgrove of Arendor, attended by the greatest follower of the Druid. The name. Alright, so the Heartgrove, I'm going to make sure is... Oops, I'm going to make that... I'll minimize that page. Alright, the Heartgrove. We've got the Rotmoot, we've got the Silent Arit. Or Arat. However it works. Move this up, because the Heartgrove is going to be over here. I was going to have the Heartgrove right here, but this I decided to put over here. So I could put the Heartgrove right below, I guess. And we'll make that a little smaller. We'll go with 12. I don't want them to be on top of each other, so I think it's going to be over here. We'll figure out where things are at. I'll move these around. I'll get them into positions where I want them to be at some point. Could make this a little smaller, I guess. It's not a traditional kingdom or anything. I'll have to redo the art, but we'll get an actual artist making a map at some point. It'll be great. Dragon thinks Dragon will reign supreme. We all know that it's a little tiny person somewhere, this little gnome who's going to rule over everything. I don't know who that gnome is, but that gnome is gonna become the once and future king. Right? Right. Dang it, chat disconnected again over on Legend Seeker. Huh. Both are on sale right now, though. But for example, Roomba is almost 700. Shark is 400 to 500. Oh wow, nice. Is it a rude eye? I don't think so. Who knows? Who knows? All right, we got the cat market. We got that. I'm just labeling a few more things in here. I'm trying to decide if I want to move the Heartgrove around or something. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with this. We'll figure out where we're putting these guys. Heartgrove might make more sense to be over here in this little pocket. I think that's what we'll do. Because then we can technically move... I wish it was easier to move these names around. They just... If you try and move them with the arrow key, it doesn't quite work right. Because sometimes... Yeah, see that time... What is it doing? Alright, my cursor stopped moving. Oh, there it caught up. Oh, it was saving. Okay. Alright, so it's going to work. Good. Yay, it worked this time. I think it's because... Oh, I moved these to a new layer. That's why it's working. There we go. Because now... Oh wait, how did I do that? Somehow I selected that with this not selected. How did I do that? So how did I do it? I know I can marquee select. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how I did that. All right. Well, anyway, the mysteries of a program that I don't 100% understand some of the little tool tips on. Anyway, go back to the writing part. Going back to the writing part. Did your mom wear combat boots? Nope. Oh, we've got all kinds of things overrun by goblins and stuff. Now, some of these will be called out. Some of those will not be called out because they'll be up to the DMs to put their own in. But we have plenty of fallen fortresses and old cities and things. We have lost kingdoms that are overrun. We've got up here, we've got the whole kingdom of Acadia. It's not huge, but it was this pocket in here that completely got wiped out and destroyed. We got Valara, which used to be where a certain vampire lord used to live. We got Thalassia, which is now underwater. We've got a few places. Got a whole bunch of broken old forts here and there. They're going to be fun. They're going to be great. And they're going to be overrun with Velociraptors from down south. You don't understand what that means, but it definitely is funny. Nice. Gnome that lives in a cemetery or a rat that follows around a vampire. Is Radagast the rat in Narnia? What is his name? He's a Damphir, not a vampire. There is a difference. Yeah, vampires are pretty clever and smart, and I don't know, Damphir don't seem very clever. I don't know. They seem a little weird. Look, they got bonked on the head. Dorian would also not be Erudia. Well, cinnamon sodas. I've never had a cinnamon soda. I've made a cinnamon Coke, though. It was using simple syrup and cinnamon oil, the same stuff I use when I make candy. That was quite a tasty soda. Okay, there's the Rotmoot. There's the Heartgrove. The Rotmoot. Worship Arendor and Mordecai. All right, the Darkmire, which is always fun. Which I'll probably have to mark in there somewhere. Large lizard-like creatures that wander around. Ah, the Velociraptors, yeah. Soda is basically liquid candy. It pretty much is. Wait, Muppet Men Fortress. Wait, no. I didn't notice that line before. No Muppet Man Fortress. Alright, I don't have to put any more notes about the Darkmire in here. That's going to be fun. That's a whole place that is technically a place, but also a patron. Ooh. Alright, I can move this over here so I can see it a little better. Boom. Alright. I'm not going to go into the orcs right now because I'm working on other sections here. But I'm going to go back up to the top of the Soul Spires here. I'm going to change that and put this down here. Wait. Gotta change that name just so I don't forget later. And we're going back down to the Soul Spires. All right, we're gonna go into here. We're gonna plop this in here. go with, it'll be Arendor. Arendor, Mordecai, and Zirath. I guess it wouldn't really be called a kingdom. I'm trying to think what they would call it. The lizard folk used to live here. I'll just refer to their population, because they were all over this place. Okay, because this is where the Battle of Crimson Skies took place. And some things happened. All the beautiful natural rock cathedrals got screwed up. Successfully connected. Chat disconnected. Successfully connected. Chat is having all kinds of fun over there. Collective. Not a lounge of lizard girls. No lizard girls. No. No, no. Somebody bonk the dragon. We've already got a lounge. Lizard lounge. It is called the lounge, we know. Yeah, we got that one figured out. You've been bonked by a nugget with a shovel. It's right there in a picture form, a hieroglyph. Forevermore. There's just going to be a tomb somewhere, and it's just going to have a massive wall that just shows the end of Dragon Noodle Soup's life, and it will literally be a dragon and then a chicken nugget with a shovel. Not bonk me again, it hurt the first time at work. Ugh. Alright, this has got too many periods in it. That sentence only needs one. Alright, so wait, how did I get back down? Oh, here we go. These are the major conflict is the skirmishes between the Heart Grove and the Rotmoot. Capital none, large city none. Eredor, Mordecai, and Zirath. Okay, once home to the flourishing lizard folk population, the land surrounding the canyon where the Battle of Crimson Skies took place was laid to waste during the war. Yep. Eredor. Okay. Okay, I just thought of something much cooler than what I was writing. So, like I said, the arete is created by everything being eroded and pushed around by a glacier. Usually, it can be other forces too, but in this case, there's a couple of these aretes. If you picture like me being where the mountain is, little tendrils of the mountain, kind of the little fingers of the mountain going down, narrowing in a few spots, and in these two spots they encompass a bowl and an area through where the road, the mountain and bits and pieces have been eroded, and there's peaks and things over them. But these two thin areas that really flare up are where all these soul forge have come up, and they basically have stopped themselves. So if you walk into here, you look up way above you, you can see these thin little tendrils of rock that they're on, these perilous little things where they're all just up there stilled. They're all looking down in this area, because this area, this bowl leading into the next area, is where the Battle of the Crimson Skies culminated. And if you've read the whole God Killer War, I don't think you guys have my revised version yet, but you have the original one. This is where they managed to get a soul forged and take the soul forge away without it basically ending it. So, because they had a failsafe in the magic, if they were captured, it would just destroy them. They managed to get one away, figured out how to break the chains between them and Grix, and this is technically the part in the place where their forced slavery and forced service to Grix ended, for all intents and purposes. And now there's all these figures that basically, the ones who can't deal with everything they had to do during the war, have just come here, and they're just standing up there, just looking down upon that place, and that's where they stilled themselves. So I think that makes a much more fun and solemn and disturbing idea. Precise magic is... Do I feel like I sound on mic how I sound in real life? Yeah, pretty close, yeah. I listen to myself a lot on podcasts and things, and everything that I recorded, whatever. I hear myself. I've heard myself in interviews online. I've heard myself in interviews in different places, and I'm pretty close. Pretty close. I've got my wonderful lisp. It's not as bad as it was when I was a kid, though. I got better. A lot of speech therapy. But, yeah, I think I'm pretty close. You just haven't been subjected to my singing voice, so hope it never happens. Ever. Read? Really, wizards? I can't read. Oh, okay. Read for everyone else. And the JJ just needs someone to read the story to him. I love how Legend Seeker chat is basically half full of chat disconnected, successfully reconnected. Chat disconnected, successfully reconnected. Play a bard, Froste. No. Though, if I do play a bard, it would be a threatening bard. It would be a drill sergeant bard, who your bardic inspiration is do better or I will hurt you. There we go. I'll play Clay as a bard. He's just holding the loot. He never plays it. He just looks at you and is like, okay, I'll do better. Like 99% of humans can't stand the sound of my own voice in recordings. I've been told that I have a decent voice. Was even told once I have the face and voice for radio. Hey, there you go. I do not have a voice for radio, and I have a face. I like this bard. Lift. Yes, my lisp. Picture books. Ooh, picture books. Yeah, we got to do the pop-up. Storyteller bards. It can be fun. Go with spines of rock. Okay, there we go. I got it. I got the notes. Soul Spires are also home to not only one, but two druidic orders. I gotta say all the words. I must enunciate. Face for radio and a voice for print. You don't like squeaky things like my voice? You have a squeaky voice, Sassy Witch? Come on, I don't believe it. Face for radio and a voice for newspaper, Dave? All right, then. What's red and white, black all over? No, wait. What's black and white, red all over? Dave! I don't think that works. I don't think that works the way it should. Or it's working the way it should and I shouldn't have said that? I don't know, one of the two. Alright, we don't have this name yet, so I can't add a name there. Did I rename something? I think I accidentally renamed something here. Oh, no, I did it right. Okay, never mind. Haha, I did it right. Yeah, chat just keeps disconnecting for me over and over and over and over there. I don't know why. Whatever. I was talking. I was laying over, since I had the day off, I was laying on the couch just watching some TV, and Charlie wanted to come in. So Charlie came over, he hopped on my chest, and he sits there like this, kind of like staring down at me, like, because he's the king. He's my white cat who's got a little bit of black spots here and there, but he's a buddy of mine. He's a good buddy. He loves snuggling on his own terms. He's not like Calvino and like, whatever. He will snuggle with me when he wants to. But anyway, he hopped on my chest, and he's just sitting there. And I looked up at him, and for whatever reason, he looked like Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, because his fur was a little floofed. He just looked down at me, and I started talking to him like Beetlejuice. I was like, well, okay. And I started talking to him like that. He looks down at me. I'm petting him. I was like, how you doing, buddy? And he's looking at me else, and he just goes, huh. I'm like, what? You tell me you don't like it? And I started doing that more, and he just goes, and he put his paw on my mouth, and I said, no, I'm gonna talk like this all. He reaches down, he goes, and he bit my nose. I'm like, oh, fine, I'll stop it. He didn't put any holes in my nose, luckily. It was a light bite, but I don't think he enjoyed the voice. I don't think he liked it at all. So, no more Beetlejuice for him. You can't stand how you sound, Chrysant. Come on. Oh, no. Hey, Chrysant, where should I post an AI picture I have on the Discord? Uh-oh. I'm scared. I'm scared. Nice, Dragon Noodle Soup. I like it. That is quite the shovel, though. Oh my gosh, what is that thing? And why does it have a flaming Cheeto tail? So many questions about your picture. I love it. I do love it, though. It's a great one. I like it. I've got to come up with a name for this guy. So I'm going to put a question mark there and highlight it so I come back to it later. The leprous masked druid, who is the leader of the Rotmoot. Because we've got the Bone Maiden, who is the Bone Druid. But we gotta think of that guy's name. What? What did I do? Tag me in the thing I did. I like it. I like it, Shadow Warden. It's disturbing, but I like it. The fiery rage of a demon. I mean, quite honestly, it looks like a Cheeto that's on fire. Hey, Kyle. Did you safely get to your heavy lifting session, or are you heading out to that? I wonder if the beef it's what's for dinner likes his voice. It's a good question. You know how to deal with the bone druid? Wait a second. I don't want to know. Hey, this eccentric, how you doing? Put the bones into the weapons like the Vikings did. Jersey accent is not bad like Fran Drescher. Okay. I want to hear Croissant say, Mr. Sheffield. Oh, come on, Jensen. It's the sexiest voice a man has ever heard. Right? Right? I'm not alone, right? Right? You're working out later on tonight. Oh, hope for the moment. Okay. All right. Here's the question, Kyle. Are you making bread right now? I'm just curious if it smells like bread there. There were pictures of nuggets with toast heads. Oh my gosh. Did you send the picture to Croissant? Gelatin is made from boiling bones. Necromancers can make zombies slide inside of gelatin. Well, it depends on how your magic works. If there are so many loopholes and so many things in games because people do the words. And I was like, well, I do a lot of intent with magic when I run things. And intent is really important. And also forms of power, because if magic requires something in a certain form and you've altered the form to a different form, it's not as stable, it takes more magic, it's harder to deal with. And we've gotten into some very interesting discussions before when we do it. I'm all for people taking the brunt of the difficulty of creating a magical effect or doing something onto their own imagination. And then being willing to pay the price if they have to really invest in it. Sometimes in really fun ways. No bread yet. Will be tonight as I sleep. Oh, nice. Nice. You posted it in the Moonskull Selfie and Pics channel. Oh. Alright, let me go back over to Moonskull. Selfies and Pics. What the heck? Croissant says. Do battle with me, Croissants. Nice. She's ready. She's ready. I do think that the Cheeto tail is a bit much. Though Cheetos do burn, so. Alright, except to the Soul Forge because, and the reason that they're. Okay. Yep, alright, there we go. I guess we're going to have to probably name this thing eventually. Or this is one of the things where I throw the kernel of the idea out here at the end of a paragraph, give it to people, it's in the book, and then they can come up with their own name, their own stats, their own whatever they're going to do with it. There will be people who want the info. I don't know if we're going to be including a small bestiary in this book or not. I should find out if we're doing that. Because there are a bunch of creatures in here that are specific to certain areas that are not general to the general Legend Seeker game. They're more specific to locations in the Godlands. And I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Like the God Killer bees and things like that. They may be everywhere. I don't know. Necromancy slime. No necromancy marshmallows with that gelatin candy is not safe. Candy is not safe. I think you said it all right there. Sassy Witch over in the selfies and pics. You are all warped, and I love it. It is a pretty good one. It is a pretty good one. Says the witch who posted a picture of herself sticking her tongue out at everybody. Nah. That just means she's warped like we are. Alright, what do I do here? Boop. And here we go here. Oh, I did a lot of these weird pictures, didn't I? I was generating some backgrounds for a possible podcast kind of YouTube thing that I will be doing with a friend at some time near in the future when we get our ducks in a row. Stupid ducks, get in a row. Oh, there's my forts. Okay, there we go. I was going back trying to find my mile forts that I had come up with. And I didn't realize I generated that much of them. There were many pages. Many pages. All right, here we go. Zombie gummy bears the size of a house. Ooh. There you go. How would you deal with that? I mean, why does a gelatinous cube have to be a cube? Why can't it be a gelatinous egg, a gelatinous orb, a gelatinous bear? Just a kind of translucent gummy bear filled with skeletons and spears sticking out of it, treasure floating in it. I love it. Or a gummy worm the size of a purple worm that is a gelatinous worm, but it's in the desert, so it's covered with sand. Who hasn't dropped a piece of candy in the sand and then just kind of lamented it when you were little? Yes, you understand. I understand. I get it. Let's see here. What was I doing? I added that to the soul spires. Okay, we're going to add this section too. All right. The orc tribes, we're going to have to rewrite this section because it's a lot of notes right now. We'll go with skirmishes with the dwarves. Thank goodness he said lamented and not aided anyway. Yeah, I would never admit that on stream. Let's see. Boop. I gotta check one thing about this form of government again. And we're gonna put here. That would be terrifying. A giant squishy bear friend shape, but not a friend at all. Not a friend at all. Exactly. The only thing, by the way, Chrysant, that I've ever eaten that's had sand on it that I was just like, I can't not eat was, like I said, when we were kids, we go out to sandbars and we would be left there because, you know, it was the late 70s, 80s. And my mom, my stepfather, we'd go out on the boat in the Mississippi. They would drop us off on one of the sandbars. We'd build a little fire. We had a whole cooler full of like water, and occasionally we had soda. Almost never, but occasionally we had soda, and like packs of hot dogs and stuff like that. And we just got to swim in the Mississippi and cook food and just hang out and run around like little barbarians on these little sandbars, like with trees on them for like the whole afternoon while they went off to bars and did who knows what. And then they'd come back. And there, you get a green stick, you shave the bark off it and make sure it has a point. You stick hot dogs on there and you cook them on the fire. Invariably pulling one off or doing something, occasionally the stick would get, after you cooked a couple, would get burnt through a little bit and the whole thing would fall, the stick would break and you're like, no! And then you pull the stick out and you go wash it off in the Mississippi and get as much of the sand off as you can. But there's always a little bit left. But as you know, a 7-year-old kid, you're just like, whatever, it's a hot dog. Hot dog! Like I said, I was not joking when I said half the time in my childhood, it was kind of a horrible childhood, but also I got to act like Huckleberry Finn all the time, so. And somebody mentioned in a post on X recently, they said, were Gen X kids really allowed to just run free? Or is that all just made up? And everybody's like, you said allowed. More along like locked out of the house. Told not to come back until the lights are on at night. And one person said, dude, they put a commercial out literally for parents that says it's 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. depending on where you're at. Do you know where your children are? They had to do that because the parents are just like, get out of here. And there's generally air conditioning in one room if we had it, and that was in the parents' room. This is why we say we were raised on hose water and neglect. All right, we'll go orcs. Can you wash things? You can wash anything. If there's moving water, you can wash anything in the Mississippi River. We used to wash ourselves. Back then, we had Irish Spring soap, which floated, and you would just, we'd be sitting somewhere anchored in the boat, and my mom would just say, oh, you guys smell terrible. And she'd just throw the soap in the river, because it was, at certain places, it was not going very fast when you're back amongst all these little sandbars. And she'd just throw it in there and say, get in there and wash yourselves off. And we would literally jump in, grab the soap, scrub ourselves down from head to foot, because our heads were shaved back then, usually when we were little kids, because my mom didn't want to deal with haircuts. And we'd scrub ourselves down in the river and then get back on the boat and smell like an Irish Spring. So, yes, you can wash yourself. I mean, it's a river. I'm still alive, so it worked. Driven over, it's not clean. Exactly. It is not exactly clean. No. Nope, nope, nope. But, I mean, where I was, it wasn't near any industrial centers. It was literally just water, so. Born in 92, so I grew up in the late 90s, drank from a hose tube. They weren't made from the same materials they are now. Yeah, back then, they were pretty much, it was a rubber hose. And that was about it. Now, who knows what you're getting out of the hose you're drinking? I'm trying to remember if I ever named a city here. I thought I did. Why did you? Okay. Kibble's over there, but she's laying on the floor asleep, and she just stretched out, and she just knocked a bag over. Because she stretched out and she's too far gone and too asleep to even bother. She's like, I don't even care. Whatever. Okay, that is what it's called, Rotstone. I've got to find out where I put it here. All right, there we go. It makes a great immune system. That is very true. That is very true. Not going to lie. All right, so let me check one thing in this other entry here. What did I put down for that? Oh, I didn't name it. Okay, well that would be... Yeah, that would be why it's not named. Okay. Okay. All right. Hose water was good water. Better than bottled water any day. There you go. Didn't pick sand. It was grass and cow ponds with turtles. Yeah, because we lived relatively close to the Mississippi, so we lived on farms, and some of the places we rented, the people were still, going about farming, so they had cows and whatever there. So, yeah, it was always fun to navigate through the fields occasionally. You're like, well, that's cow patty, that's cow patty. There's too many cow patties. How are we going to get through here? And a big old snapping turtles. Probably not as big as they get down south, but in the Mississippi, they were still large. And a lot of people don't know what a lock and dam is. When I explained it to them, they were very confused. I was like, yes, I know, you don't live anywhere near a river where people build cities and they put locks and dams because they have the water height differences and whatnot. But we lived near some of those, and they were great places to fish, let's just say. Big fish liked hanging out near them. Okay, the Black Moon tribe is the other tribe that has a city. Did I give them a name? I don't think I did. Okay, good, I didn't. One thing that my mom and my stepfather were really big into in the 80s was, what is it called? Mother Earth magazine? I don't know if it's still called Mother Earth magazine, but it was something like that where it was all, learning how to farm and do all the stuff on the land. It was late 70s and 80s. So we were always gardening. But that and the Foxfire books, we learned how to make so many things. My brothers wanted to become trappers and they were horrible at it. I mean, literally, they caught one animal ever. But that's where we learned to make things like nettle tea, which I still make occasionally. Not very often. It's pretty good, though. I don't even like tea. It just tastes fresh. Damn fishing meth. No. Didn't know how to make that. Sent some links to a Rudai for some ideas of constructs or in Pathfinder. I'm not sure who he wants to go about it, but he's looking about talking about a good location for your character. I got a good location. It's right here. Next to these couple of pixels out in the middle of the water. Now I'll have to talk to Rudai about it and see if he has some thoughts and places. There's a whole bunch of little islands and chains and other things I want to add in here. And I'm possibly going to move the Umbrella Atoll up a little bit. I don't know. I really like where it is here. So I think what I'm going to be doing is adding a couple of other little islands in here. Because there are other places that some are uncharted and small. But some are actually, islands where things are going to happen. It'll be fun. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of stuff on his plate right now, so he is thinking about it. Even he and I, when we talk about stuff a lot, I don't hear from him every day because he's a busy guy. Or we could just put you out here. We'll just put you right here. I don't know why we put you out there, but, All right. I've still got to... Now, here's the other thing is, I was originally going to have another whole kingdom here. I think what I'm going to do is make this a very interesting area. I've got to come up with a couple of thoughts, but I think this is going to be... This area over here is going to be special. This whole zone here, from west of this road line where my cursor is, in this bowl between these mountains, I have a very interesting idea for the place. I'm hoping it's going to come to fruition in my head. I'm still working on it. Something I talked about it. He has no time and gets no sleep. That's true. That's true. Even though I'm Gen Z, I was kicked out of the house a lot too, so I spent that time catching frogs, hunting, or milking the cows for my neighbors. That's how I got to drink raw milk before it was cool too. Yeah, when I was a kid, speaking of the Mother Earth News type stuff, we used to go to other farms and help people. And they had, my mom and stepfather had friends at different places. We used to go to this one house, and it was in the middle of, I want to say it was in Iowa. And the people there were the most backwoodsy, southerny type people I'd ever met before. The parents were very hippie-ish. They didn't have plumbing in their house. No indoor plumbing. It was all pump water. They didn't have toilets in there. They had outhouses. And they had kids. And their oldest daughter, I think, or was she oldest? She was my age. Her name was Bobby Joe. And they had, in the back part of their farm, they had a trailer where her mom lived. The wife's mom lived. So the grandma lived on the property over there, like, you know, a couple of acres, like an acre and a half away or 2 acres away, in her own little plot there. But they basically did all the work back and forth. And they had 4 cows. And we helped them milk them. And another farmer we worked for, they would milk them too. We'd get there super early in the morning, get dropped off. The girls would go out and milk. They'd put down a pitcher of just warm milk right from the cow. And they're just like, put it on your cereal. We're like, okay. Warm milk on your cereal right from the cow. But those are some weird times. Dun, dun, dun. Someday I will share some more stories about those people. Today is not that day, though, my friends. Today is not that day. Someday, if somebody asks me, if I ever go on to, like, Wednesday After Dark and they want to ask anything weird about some of the weirdest stuff I've ever seen, some of it would be there. Just a little. 3 hours of sleep a day. In my line of work, everything tastes cold. All right, Kyle. Later. Sun tea all the time. It was just literally, we'd have big jars outside. It was just a couple of quart jars or quart canning jars, whatever we had around. We had a lot of them. Tea bags in them. Hot or water just left out in the sun all afternoon in the summer because she just drank tea all the time, and we always had pictures of it. Yeah, I would have liked the milk to be chilled first, but yeah. I mean, they didn't skim the fat off. They didn't do anything. It was just a pitcher of milk right from the cow. You're like, all right, here we go. I think that's why I don't drink anything but whole milk now. It's whole milk or nothing. I mean, I can't find raw milk anywhere around here, but what are you gonna do? Let's see. And that's where the end mother. Okay, good. My dad grew up on a dairy farm. He almost exclusively drank raw milk, though they did have a cooling system. Yeah, skim milk is blah. And the thing is, we were so poor, we'd get a cart or gallon of milk, and I would always volunteer to make the dried milk, powdered milk that we had to make, because we'd buy 1 gallon, and we would make 4 gallons of milk out of it. We put a quarter of it in each, and the rest of the gallon was 3/4, whatever. And we'd only have like 2% most of the time when we got that, which was bleh. But I'd volunteer to make the milk because I could always have a little bit of the milk. I'd always take a little bit out just to have a little drink of the actual milk before we mixed it with so much powdered milk, because we got powdered milk being on the government programs. And so I know well the taste of powdered milk. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fallen Dark Elves. Dark elves, you say? Yes. Oh, I don't need this section. Boop, there we go. Whole milk is 3%. It's not that different. It's not totally different. It's just enough. It's just enough. It's enough that it tastes different. I like it. And I love heavy cream in stuff, like when I make baked eggs and making all kinds of stuff that's for holidays. Anything for Christmas, anything for New Year's, anything for Thanksgiving. Heavy cream. So good. Oh yeah, they're running around up there. We did eat the government cheese. Yeah, Max is in again, visiting and hanging out, so he and Pumpkin are rampaging and playing. Yep. Chasing one another around, scaring everybody else. I have to send a Rudai a question. Okay, there we go. Oops. Let me spell that word the right way. That'll make way more sense. All right. Oh, baked eggs are so good. It's basically, the way I make them, Sassy Witch, is heat an oven up to about 425. Pour like a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, depending on how big your ramekin is. Like I have big ramekins with high sides. Put a couple tablespoons of cream in there. Crack like 2 eggs in it, depending on the size of the ramekin. Throw chili paste or pesto or just salt and pepper, whatever you like, on top of them. When the oven is hot enough, throw it in there for 10 minutes if you want, kind of mostly pretty solid eggs. Longer if you want the yolk to be really hard. That way it makes sure it really cooks it. It'll get a little tiny bit of brown with the cream on top. Take them out. Let them sit for a couple minutes, because if you start eating them, you will melt your face off. They're so good and they're so easy to make. I do the same thing with kind of almost the idea of an omelet in a little ramekin. When I don't have time, I'll just butter the thing, mix up all the ingredients that I normally would make in an omelet, and just whisk it all into the eggs, put them in there, and then just set them off to the side, either in the fridge overnight or whatever, and take them out in the morning and let them warm up so the ramekins aren't ice cold. Just throw them in the oven the same way, cook them up, and you have a ramekin with an omelet in it. You don't even have to do much work. They can't stick, though. Ramekins are not great at being non-stick. Let's just say. Let's see here. Where is this guy at? Okay, that guy is separate. That guy is separate. Got it. Okay. Oh yeah, they're very delicious, Sassy Witch, and they're so easy to make. So they just take very little time. It's a good way if you're busy doing other stuff in the morning to make yourself a good breakfast that you can get out later. You can even cook the bacon at the same time while you're doing other stuff because you don't have to attend to the eggs. You just let them sit there and cook until they're done. It won't melt the nuggets face off. She's used to the heat generated by the fires of hatred within. Nice. Okay, there we go. Shovel time! Can we talk about something else other than food, like Croissant flooding a new cast member with lots of praise? Who would that be? By the way, you type quite well for a cat. I'm just saying. I expect a swift kick in the nuts when I meet her in real life. And if you don't get it, you'll be sad, I know. Believe it or not, I'm not a terrible person. Jensen, message retracted. Jensen took a message back? What? What did you say, Jensen? What did you say? Oh my goodness. She's absolutely is a terrible person. Hello, Erudai. So yeah, we won't talk about any more food. I'm talking about the fallen elves, the dark elves, and some specifics on them. And let's see. Undergods and I'll be lucky to leave alive when I meet her. You are in so much danger. Fantastic, sarcastic. So much. Jensen. Oh, fat figured. Jensen's nice to you most of the time, Croissant? Oh, that's nice. A little danger. Oh, I think you just got in more danger by saying that, sarcastic. Okay. All right, we don't have that figured out. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to have to move this guy to another section, but that's fine. I'll move it later. Okay, these are other places. I think. I will warn you all, she kicks shins hard. She genuinely doesn't hold back. He's still feeling it to this day. He seems to fancy someone who is sus, like a real sus wizard. Sus. Man, I can't believe I'm even using that word. It's so sus. By the way, you guys will not see me here on Thursday. I'm going to be hanging out with family. So I will not be streaming on Thursday. Sarcastic, say goodbye to your family, Jules. And nah, Chrysanth only likes people in flannel. All right then, lumberjacks it is. Where did I put? Oh, there it is. Ah, okay, here we go. Really, Erudai? What does that mean? I'm so behind in new lingo. Sus is suspicious. Suspect. You know. With multiple chats, you have to tell us what he said. What Erudai said? Oh, I read it out loud. Maybe? No? I think I read it all out loud. You'll miss me on Thursday. Yeah, you guys won't even know. You'll be eating turkey. You'll be asleep. You'll be on a couch somewhere. Somebody will be making a house of cards out of Cheez-Its on your forehead until you wake up. I don't know. I'm just thinking of things that might happen. I could be wrong. That might not happen. All right. So I can probably move this up here. Cadians. And all right. That will go to another page, but you know that'll be tomorrow, Frost, or somebody else's fault or problem or issue to deal with when they get to the point where they're going to be formatting the book. Right. My family celebrate Thanksgiving on Saturday. Thursday will be rather boring. Oh, I'm sorry, Shadow Warden. Maybe you could go light some fireworks off. Nobody would expect that. Thanksgiving Day fireworks. You definitely won't be wearing a yellow blanket. Everyone's sick this year. Gonna move it a week for all to heal. Ah, okay. You're pretty good working on a short story. I'm doing well, Eccentrics. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun writing here. I'm having fun coming up with some more lore and whatchamacallits and who's its and what's its. Eggs are such a good omen. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. You don't get it. All right, this is the notable landmarks. I've got two characters that I'm gonna have to write some more stuff on, so I'm gonna just highlight those for myself. And that guy, okay. You're not gonna do that? Your neighbor is a Karen-Kevin couple. Oh dear. Mermaid song again. Geez, you did it again. Uh-oh, I'm scared. I don't even know what that means. Just asked Norris about eggs. What? What does Norris have to do with eggs? And where was the... Let me go back up here. Okay, that's where I put it. All right, let's do this. We'll just say dangerous and unpredictable. Let's see. Who's it and what's it? Wow, no cap, FR, IYK. If you know, you know. For real? For real? I don't know. Careful, friends, when you're wearing flannel. Crescent wants to do it like they do on this guy. Oh, dear. He's gone full, I can't remember their name suddenly. Guys who did that Untis song. Yeah, those guys. Bloodhound Gang? Hirudai. Coffee check. Nice. As I take a sip of my coffee from... Look, I went past the McDonald's and grabbed a cup of coffee. Because that's about the only thing I eat at a McDonald's. Coffee. Wait, you don't eat coffee, do you? You drink coffee. I don't become evil when I drink coffee. That's true. That's true. Dang it, Ruda, I hate changing clothes. It's cold here. I cracked the young lingo cipher. I know all their words. I understand everything they're saying. And I can also hear at that weird frequency only kids can hear at. I don't think I can. It would be funny if I could. All right, there we go. We're gonna save that so I don't lose this. You want to know why Fantastic is getting kicked by Nuggy Smalls? I just think because Fantastic is, well, sarcastic. See what I did there? The old TV squeal sound. No, there's... I don't know what there's supposed to be a frequency that only kids can hear, like if you're under 13 or something. I don't know if that's actually the same squeal you're talking about. It could be. All right, so we got the Battle of the Crimson Skies spot talked about there. Let me check something on the map here. That is where I was putting that. Okay. Good. Is that where the term squeaker comes from? It's not only young kids, it was still super annoying in my mid-20s, and I can still barely hear it now. I have no clue if I could hear it. I hope I don't. I hope that's one thing I cannot hear. All right, if I go down here real quick and check. All right, I've got to put a few more things in there. Yeah, I've still got to put the information for about 11 more entries in that section. And 12 there because I've got that one character there. Ah, there we go. We're going to put this as... There we go. Okay. That would explain... Feline name of JJ. That would explain why you don't notice the high-pitched whine that is happening in your videos. Uh-huh. There's a high-pitched whine? What? Because of all the puns and DMs, that's why. Yeah, I know people were using it shops to get the teens to leave. Yep. Squee. I mean, I occasionally hear it ringing in my ears anyway, but I think that's just, life. How did I write this before? Okay, there we go. We'll see I'm updating the entry for the Casimir, the destroyer of peace, the wonderful lich that used to be the lore master at the lexicon, who was seduced by a couple of characters that we talked about. Changing it from 1 to 2 to switch that up. There we go. Boop. That is just my voice, the high-pitched whining, Dave says. Oh, there we go. Good job, Dave. You've done it. You've driven all the kids away. Success. All right, the gods convened. I need to check this entry. Okay, why am I getting so many messages all of a sudden? Why, people? Why? What did I do to you? Okay, that's fine. Okay. I thought it was a weather warning because it had like clouds and stuff. And I clicked on it and it took me to the weather thing and it's just like clear skies. It's like warning me there are going to be clear skies? I don't get it. I mean, sure, it's dropping down in the 20s, but whatever. All right, I'm going to add this to a bunch of these entries now so I don't forget to do it. Okay, I do need to do this. I thought I had this entered. No, I guess I didn't put this over there. All right, let's just flop this down here. Ba, 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 ba. All right. And we don't have the name of this place in here, I don't think. Or do we? Oops, call that the name, the right place. I guess it's technically not a monarchy, is it? I think about it here. We're going to give these a couple of questions here at the last one. Xander. Nope, this is going to be Senna. that a question mark because I don't want to name that yet. I'm going to swap this one over here. Senna and Vulcan. Vulcan. That guy's there. All right, we got that guy. Where did I put? Here it is. This is the other place I need to name. And I don't have one of the pieces of info in this document, so I'll move that around. All right, capital. Don't know if there's a capital of this place. We'll find out. Okay. Okay. Legend. We'll save that. All right, what else are people saying here? If you're a vampire, clear skies are dangerous. Well, yeah. Nice. I don't think I would ask that question. I'm going to keep that little secret to myself. I was going to ask Chad a question, but I'm like, hold on to that one for the moment. I'm thinking about something. We'll think about that. Because that entry is going to be much longer than it is right now when I bring all those notes over. And because we're going to have an entry for the dead breaks, we're going to have an entry for the storm. Okay. We'll throw a description in there. I think I have the food figured out for this place, but it's in the other note document, and I have to prune that down because it's a little, whoops, it's a little full. Oh. And that's for that area. And this will be for here. Sorry about all the scrolling up now. It's probably making me all sick. But I gotta go back and forth. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. How are we doing on time, by the way? It's a little less than 20 minutes left. Okay. Okay. Do. I gotta look over here because I want to see something here. Where is it at here? There we go. Click. Boop. What else is happening tonight, by the way? What else is scheduled? It's what? It's Tuesday, right? Is there anything else going on tonight online? You know who I haven't seen in chat recently is Wisty Melon. I haven't seen Abby over here lately. Nah? Okay. For some reason I thought something else was going on, but I can't. I think I got my days confused. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I know that for Wednesday After Dark, but I thought there was something else going on tonight. Well, never mind. Just me. It is only I. Well, and after this, I'm probably gonna be, really exciting because I am gonna likely stream something, a game or something to relax. So I may go play some more Towers of Agazba or whatever the heck it's called. I'm not going to play any more Stalker 2 right now. Not until they patch it a little bit. I keep losing my progress. I don't like that. Pirate game with JT and Moss. Isn't that going on right now? She said you smell like elderberries. So she doesn't come anymore. Oh, well, that's nice. Wait a second. Well, I don't feel too bad, Rude Eye, because I named those little nuisance creatures, the little azure dragon thingies that are the little seagulls of the caustic strand, Wistlings. Wistlings. They're these cute little dragon things that will steal your fish, skreek and skrock from the top of everything, and bother you relentlessly. So I don't feel bad naming these little creatures after her then. Even though she probably didn't say that. JT's got games. Yep. Maybe don't play the game. Yeah, maybe I won't play that one. That's probably not a good choice. The Dragon's Tavern Pirate Show. Yeah, I think that's going on right now, though, isn't it? Because they start something. Gonna play FS25 with you in the future. I don't know. I don't have a fancy wheel to drive the tractor. All the crop lines would look. I would be the Jeremy. Is it Jeremy Clarkson? I'd be the Clarkson of your Darth Dave farm. I would be everywhere. You'd be the Caleb doing straight lines without thinking about it. I'd be just like, woo, running through your pig farm. It would be bad. Am I late? Well, Sassy Witch, yeah, always. What are we talking about? No one's ever late. They always arrive exactly when they mean to. Hey, look, chat disconnected over on Legend Seeker again. Oh, look, it's successfully connected again. Yes, you're going to be doing some lore writing. Now, you're starting that on this Friday? Urudai? I suppose I could actually look at the first streams. You're usually late. Well, hey, what the heck? At least you're here. That's all that matters. Okay. Believe this Friday. Yes. Excellent. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to just talk to you in chat constantly the whole time. It'll be great. I won't be mocking you, though. I'll be being helpful. Though, the great part about it is I know where you're at, and you're working on stuff, so I will probably pester you in DMs. It'll be great. I'm going to love it. By the way, I don't know if you saw it earlier over on Moonskull, like at about 5, right after we started, Jay Prez gifted 5 Moonskull memberships over there, which was very nice of him. I have no idea if Jay Prez is a J for male, like Jamie, or it could be actually a girl, could be Jamie too. Dang it! I have no idea if Jay Prez is a man or a woman, so I'm just saying them. Him. I usually default to him. But it was very nice regardless. Working hard on the bestiary. Nice. Hey, by the way, Rudai, I was going to ask you, I know we talked about this before, but, you know, I ask you a lot of questions, and sometimes I don't remember all the answers. Is there going to be, because there are some specific creatures in here that are only Godland specific, would they be in the main bestiary, or would there be a mini bestiary in here for extra things? I think you've answered this for me before, but I don't remember. Moonskull! Did I see how close we are to getting 36 gold? No! How close are we? And by the way, I now know what it feels like to be you, Arudai. When I saw the thing saying, hey, when we get to 36, not only will you be playing Monster Prom, but Frost and Crescent will be playing it too. And I'm like, what? Damn it. You're a Jamie. Yeah, I think my mom, when she named all my brothers, I think all of us have names that could be boys or girls, technically, which is funny. It's in my contract. Yeah, that's true. I gotta do it. Gotta do it. Yeah, how close are we to the 36 golds? Do you have the was that, wait, where is that, where would I find it? Announcements? Maybe? I don't know. I'd have to look. I'd have to do math. Wait, do I don't want to do math? Math is for math heads. Ha! See? No. Oh, look, chat's disconnecting for both YouTube channels. It's doing a good job today. Undecided on the NPC question. All right. If I wanted to move this text over, I don't want to do that right now because I've got to reformat that quite a bit. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go through here and quickly. I gotta look at. Well, wait. Where is this place? Rivermont. And okay, so A4's there and Eldwin's there, and Rivermont is farther down the road. Got it. Figured R was for Robert. Don't know why, just sounded right. Well, that's just part of my made-up name, so it's not right at all. So, ha! I fooled you all. Ish. Alright, so that's gonna go over there. Alrighty, I got that into the right spot now. Let me go back up here. I've got to go to my, where was I at here? Navigation pane. I need to go up to Agrim here. Yeah, kill the navigation pane. All right. The feudal monarchy. Let me check this quickly though. Yeah, I don't think that would work anymore. Agrians. Right, territory defense expansion. Okay, there we go. Renee! Wow, that would be, yeah, no. Yes, but no. You're torn between two design philosophies. There are two design philosophies within you. Sort of like two wolves. One wants to eat hearts. The other one wants to eat hearts. Wait a second. Okay, so gonna have to go deeper on that one. Got it. The stall, the Godwin, and the Arden. Where is... Okay, Seal Isle. This is going to be marked here because this is technically Seal Isle. Oh, don't put a colon in there, put a space. And that's gonna go down and be a little smaller. Because that's what we've got. Alright, I got that listed. Inside me there are 2 wolves. They're both idiots. Very nice, Chris with a dagger. Come on, one of them's gotta be... Is one of them named Moon Moon? Tell me one of them's not named Moon Moon. Damn it, Moon Moon! Do you think the minimum important legendary figures should be in there? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because there are some specific creatures and things I've talked about, but I don't know if they should have just general bestiary entries. Like, you know, we talked about the God Killer bees, or these little things called the Whistlings, or some of the other stuff, like in the Caustic Strand, there are some other big lizardy creatures, or the sea lions, and the moonfish, and things like that. This will just have to see which things you want in there and which ones you don't. It's also possible that those might be things that you could release as just later. Like, hey, here's an addendum to cool stuff, a whole bunch of extra creatures and things. But, I mean, it depends too. I guess the philosophy comes down to you know, your mindset. Like, do you want everybody to have numbers and things on every little creature that we've mentioned, or just the really important ones? Chris with a dagger. By the way, I told Chad about the fact that there was a naked hairless bear that we fought last night in Cthulhu. Some of them were like, oh, okay, yeah. I don't think they believed it either. I'm just saying. Alright, the lexicon is going to be in a city. It's not going to be a part of the map. Usia. I wonder if Usia should get its own entry here too. Right now it's going to be there, but I think I might end up putting this as a separate little place. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I got 4 minutes until we're done here. I gotta put one more thing on here before I go. Alright, we'll put the Gutabarg on there. And we will save it. Boop. To clarify, it wasn't the same one that put me in the candy van. Ah, okay, got it, got it. We need a Suno song about the candy van, because, you know, the candy van can. Oh, sorry. Something along those lines. Oh my gosh, Erudai, I don't laugh out loud very often, but I almost did, because this is my blind side, and I saw you sent me a message, and I saw this little flicker of motion there, and I'm just like... I got so close to laughing out loud. I'm glad I wasn't drinking. Wow. Okay. That wins the day. All right, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but that wins the day. The thing that I just saw from Erudai. All right. So, on that note, I am going to basically wrap it up here. Like I said, I'm not going to be here on Thursday, so you'll have to amuse yourselves with turkey and, I don't know, just pretend that I'm talking to you during your turkey dinner. I'm sure that will go over well, and nobody will be disturbed by it. So I will say right now, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And this has been Frost, doing Frost Written, where I'm working on the lore for Legend Seeker. I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 to 7, doing this on the Moonskull channel, but also on Legend Seeker. And Rudai is starting up some lore writing streams as well. First one should be this Friday. So go check it out. Make sure you like and comment on this stream. Tell me anything you want to tell me, even if it's mean. I can take it, I think. We'll see. All right, I'm going to get the heck out of here. And thank you all for stopping by. Like I said, make sure you like, make sure you comment. And I will talk to you technically, I guess, not until next Tuesday. Unless I catch you in the chat on one of the other streams going on this week. All right. Have a good night. I'm signing off, and I will talk to you all a little bit later if I can find my ending button. Look at that. I'm a professional.